Hi, this is Eric Martin from Board Game Geek. I'm here with Jason Hill and Jack Scott Hill from Flying Frog Productions, looking at Shadows of Brimstone, Otherworld's Derelict ship expansion, where you are expanding into new territory.
Final frontier. It's the final frontier.
Yes, that is not on the box.
Oh,
That will not pass muster here with licensing. So where are we this time? What's going on?
So the idea is that it's still part of Shadows of Brimstone with the Old West cowboys fighting unspeakable horror monsters. Okay. But basically they've found portals that lead to a derelict starship that's hurtling through interstellar space.
Okay.
And so suddenly your saloon girls and banditos and preachers and lawmen are wandering through these halls with flickering lights and bloody handprints on the walls and all the classic horror sci-fi tropes that you would expect. And of course, the crew of the ship seems to be long abandoned, long gone, but they show up as enemies, the Necronauts, which are basically undead astronauts. Okay. And you can see some of those figures here. As well as a few other enemies in the box. The beacon drones are basically the navigators on the ship. They're big floating robots that have biological components that let them interface with the ship and the engines. Okay. And of course, it's been completely irradiated and mutated inside, and so they've actually gone completely insane. So they're insane robots that are floating around, keeping the ship going and also trying to kill you.
Okay.
And then the last new enemy type in the box there is the auto turrets, which are basically a hazard. They can pop up out of the floor, out of the ceiling, and try to repel boarders on the ship. And of course, the ship is not going to recognize your cowboys as part of the crew, so they're going to pop out and start firing at you.
They are not valid.
Not crew people.
Yes. What are we trying to do? We just show up here.
Yeah. So we
have a purpose.
Yeah. There's 6 different missions that you can play in the box that range from trying to shut down a reactor breach on the ship, where maybe it's going to have a chain reaction and explode a section of the ship, and you need to either get out or try to shut down the reactor in that part. There's one where the Necronauts are closing in all around, and you basically are just trying to find a clear path to escape. Things along those lines. But, I mean, the ship really focuses on that horror aspect. There's a lot of insanity and madness kind of stuff going on. And it's got a lot of really cool map tiles that have unusual shapes, like the engine room or the hydroponics bay are these kind of round rooms that you don't normally find in other worlds. And so it lets us kind of play with some different shapes and some different colors and whatnot. Okay. And they're all themed for these places on board this derelict ship, and they all connect up with the puzzle cuts. And on the back sides of those, they all have unique new mine map tiles, so it expands all of your adventures in the mines as well.
Okay.
And, while the heroes are on the derelict ship, they can find a lot of cool artifacts that are kind of sci-fi tech, from everything from a full vac suit, it's like a spacesuit you wear around, to an energy blaster, void grenades, gravity boots, all sorts of cool stuff. And
great souvenirs to take back with you to the Old West.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the cool features of the set is that it comes with these little markers that are basically broken grates, and they're spawners. So they're kind of generalized spawners for enemies. So enemies can come crawling up out of these broken grates, and your heroes can fight those enemies, but more are just going to keep coming out until you can push your way to the grate and try to seal it somehow. Either blast it with dynamite or try to collapse it in on itself or something.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Yeah, there's a full set of new encounters that come with it that really set the mood and have a lot of theme situations that you might expect to come into play with Old West hero posse on a starship.
You'll get things like damaged gravity plating, where suddenly you enter a room and you're no longer attached to the ground. You're floating around and you have to try to pull yourself along walls. You might find a teleportation pad you can try to activate. One of them here is the last escape pod, where you find all the escape pods have been launched except for one, and there's a flickering light in, and when you go in, there's an astronaut facing away from you in the pilot's chair, and so you can decide if you want to go up and try to investigate, or if you just want to be like, nope, I'm out. I'm out.
Shut the door.
Shut the door. We're done here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the derelict ship is slated to hit retail in May, and it's just packed full of crazy, fun new insanity for Shadows of Brimstone.
Of all the new Otherworlds, this is the one I've been waiting for the most. It's so exciting.
And there's still more?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, lots more.
Yeah,
lots
next
more.
year we have slated, we're coming out with an Otherworld that's called the Blasted Wastes. And that one is kind of a dark future-y, almost Mad Max on another world. It's like
Yeah, it's like a
horrible,
sulfur
inhospitable
desert
prison
wasteland.
planet.
That one's pretty cool because you actually can find like a wasteland barter town and have town adventures on this alien world as well. It's kind of an alien prison colony. So
All right. There
lots
you
of
go.
cool new stuff coming.
That's right. First, though, May
Derelict
2017, Derelict Ship expansion for
Yep.
Shadows of Brimstone. Thank you.
Thank you.